Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crypto Profit back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at Bitcoin and giving you guys kind of a price prediction on where Bitcoin's going to be going and where and how fast and when. So there's a lot of questions with Bitcoin's recent price decrease. We saw a massive crash across the market. Obviously, if we take a look at the market, we're down about 13.44%, and the market is currently still bleeding as we see Cardano down 15%, Binance BNB down 17%, Ethereum down 15%, Internet Computer down 22%, Chainlink down 20%. Just a lot of coins struggling very, very heavily right now. VeChain down 20%. And, this is one of those things that a lot of people don't understand as to why this is taking place. So there's a couple different reasons and articles we're going to take a look at today and explain why Bitcoin is currently down, as well as so many other cryptocurrencies really struggling today. This crash definitely has taken place in the past a couple times. We've seen this throughout this accumulation and FUD manipulation period. We've seen this take place quite a bit. So I will say, guys, on all of my price prediction videos, if you guys have been watching or following the channel, I've been talking about this accumulation period for quite some time. I've talked about how there's going to be major decreases across the market, how there's going to be more of a sideways trend with a ton of volatility through the market. So I have talked about this. I've talked about really by the end of July, I do expect some coins to start breaking out of this manipulation, FUD, or, accumulation period. But, realistically, we are still, a ways away from that part two of the bull market. A lot of us were very, very excited, thinking that we had a potential chance to break out very soon in June specifically. But a lot of people are now hoping that this is a bounce after this, big market crash or dip. We are going to see a bounce back. And I don't think it's going to be a quick bounce back. I think by the end of July, we have a potential to break out. But before then, it's going to be hard to actually see all these altcoins, as well as Bitcoin and Ethereum, break out of this major crash. So before we take a look at too much really price prediction wise, I do want to take a look at really what's been going on recently with Bitcoin around the news and article wise, because this will help explain quite a bit. So the first thing we're going to take a look at today is Bitcoin trend prediction. So end of dip is near. We talked about this in our crypto news segment today, but this is a big thing to take a look at. So this is the third halving bull run, May 11th, 2020, and to current. So we can actually see down here is the second halving bull run of July 9th, 2016 to December 16th, 2017. So you can see that there was another massive dip down, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now is taking place, is another very solid red bar. Continuing this really crash down. I do think we are going to see maybe that bottom approximately around June 12th, 2021, like stated here. I accidentally clicked on the picture, so let me get out of there. But you can actually see here. So it says June 12th, 2021 is the bottom approximate, and I could say that this is probably accurate. I think this is going to be very, very close to the bottom for June at the very least. We could have, bigger dips later in June or July, but, realistically, this looks like it could be the bottom approximately around that June 12th range. So we'll continue to keep you guys up to date, like I said, with price predictions as well as articles and really news about Bitcoin. But there's a couple different articles I want to take a look at quickly before we jump into the Bitcoin price prediction. But before we do that, guys, I do want to say, if you're not already taking advantage of BlockFi, make sure to do so. So BlockFi is the future of finance. The old way of doing things doesn't cut it anymore. With BlockFi, you can use cryptocurrency to earn interest at up to 8.6% APY, borrow cash, and buy or sell crypto. There are no hidden fees, no minimum balances, and no reason to wait. So they ditched the annual fee, and they can actually give you guys credit card perks if you join the waitlist now and today. I will say, guys, this is definitely one of the easiest ways to make your money work for you, make your crypto work for you. So if you guys want to take advantage of BlockFi, make sure to quickly go down to the comments. I will have a pinned comment with BlockFi and my referral code added onto the BlockFi. If you use my referral code, obviously, you'll have a chance at $250 worth of Bitcoin. So definitely use that. It helps support me, it helps support the channel, and obviously would help support you as well. So definitely take advantage of BlockFi if you guys want to make your money work for you. And, work smarter, not harder is, quite a bit of a saying that definitely works well here. So jumping into our actually first article is really going to be about Bitcoin Cash price prediction, and the plot thickens. So we are seeing, a lot of people talking about Bitcoin Cash during this time. Realistically, we want to stick on Bitcoin, but, there's a lot of price predictions out there right now going on for Cash as well as Bitcoin. But specifically, like I said, we want to stick to Bitcoin because a lot of stuff has really recently happened that has given a lot of FUD and manipulation to the market. So Bitcoin really I guess more FUD in this exact case, but Bitcoin slides 7% after U.S. seizes most of Colonial pipeline ransom. So the world's largest cryptocurrency slid over 7% to a price of $32,936 Tuesday morning. A U.S. official said Monday they have seized 2.3 million in Bitcoin paid to a hacker group DarkSide. The FBI was able to access the private key or password for one of the hackers' Bitcoin wallets. So this is one thing that a lot of people are kind of misunderstanding. Is this was not this was not, I guess, the FBI really hacking into, Bitcoin, grabbing the money and grabbing the funds. That's not what happened at all. And I actually saw a great tweet about that as well. But let me find. There's a couple different articles here. Let me find the one. Okay, so this is the one we were looking for. This one talks about Bitcoin tumbles 8% on fears that U.S. law enforcement hacked the network. So this is just obviously FUD. This is not what happened at all. They did not hack the network. So the article explains that in a good way here. So thanks for the decrypt.co article. It talks about the price of Bitcoin has fallen 8% in the past 24 hours amid news of U.S. law enforcement recouping a portion of hacked funds in the Colonial pipeline hack. These funds were denominated in Bitcoin. So we can actually see if we go down here a little bit, it talks more about this and basically says, instead of an affidavit from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI suggests that authorities were able to trace the ransom Bitcoin using a block explorer to a specified address containing 63.7 Bitcoin. They seized the control of the private key linked to this address, thus accessing really the ransom Bitcoin. So they were able to grab the private key. So anytime somebody is able to grab the private key, you're going to get the funds. So realistically, there was no hacking involved here. So it's very interesting to use that word to say the FBI hacked the Bitcoin, but whatever. We're going to move on to the next one. Like I said, there's a little bit too much FUD based on that article or that event altogether. So jumping on to the next one, we see Bitcoin's terrible run isn't over yet. So this article talks about how we have roughly fallen 8% over the past 24 hours, currently trading near that $33,000 mark. Obviously much worse since then. There's not too many honestly new articles talking about this $31,000 Bitcoin because this is very, very recent. We see this 31,005 Bitcoin right now, and it could continue to go down. We're seeing it continue to really tank, and I think a lot of people are kind of worried about what's going to take place next if we actually go down to 28 to 30K. But like I said, this was a great way to really look at that. So if we take a look at these two, together, we can actually see that the previous we had a decent dip after the mark that we're currently looking at. Prediction-wise, I do think we're going to go down to about a 28 to 30K range. I do think we'll drop below 30. If we don't drop below 30, I mean, that's just a good thing. But, realistically, I think we're going to drop down to about 28K possibly. But definitely 28 to 30K is the range that I expect. Moving forward, I do think, we are going to see a lot of people really start to be a little bit more worried or I guess more do their due diligence when investing, which is definitely something we need to see happen. A lot of people that got into crypto within the last couple of months have been burnt, and it's definitely hurt them, financially. But as long as they hold, for that 5 to 10 year mark, we've never seen, crypto or Bitcoin go down over a year, or I guess over a span of 5 to 10 years. So if they just hold on for the long term, more than likely, we're going to see increases come with obviously holding. So it's just one of those things, like I said, 28 to 32K is definitely something I could see happening. We also see Bitcoin correction phase deepens, support around 27K to 30K. And that's basically what I'm saying. 27K is, that's accurate as well. 27 to 30K. That's a great call out right here. And it just talks about really Bitcoin registered a series of lower price highs since April and then now is oversold based on the daily relative strength index. However, in a corrective phase, oversold conditions can remain in place for a while before price recovery really materializes. So Bitcoin will need to remain above 30,000 to avoid entering a bear market territory, which is defined by extending period of drawdowns, percent decline from peak to trough, greater than 30%. So if we don't want to even risk being in a bear market, if we stay above 30,000, there won't be much risk involved. So hopefully we can stay above 30. Like I said, though, I do expect, 27 to 30K or, 28 to 30K. So jumping into the next one, this was a very, very good article actually for Bitcoin. And obviously there is good out there, but I'm focusing on the bad right now just because that's all what is causing these price decreases. But Shark Tank Kevin O'Leary, nothing will replace Bitcoin. This exclusive interview, he basically talks about he doesn't care if it goes down 20% or up 20%. He has 3% allocated of his portfolio into BCC, and he doesn't plan to sell at any point in time, it sounds like, because BTC is always going to, or I guess his one Bitcoin is always going to be worth one Bitcoin, right? So that's his thought process on this. And he said he's just going to hold for the long term. He sees the long-term potential behind it. So this is definitely the kind of news that, or the kind of people, the kind of famous people we want involved with crypto is obviously someone like him that understands the idea of cryptocurrency and how it's going to work into the future of really the markets altogether. So this is definitely a great article. Like I said, there's a lot of, great things taking place around, with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general right now. We've talked about, El Salvador quite a bit, them accepting Bitcoin as a legal currency, or I guess a legal tender. We also heard, things about Trump saying, that he thinks it's more of a joke. He thinks it's a joke crypto, or he doesn't believe in it. But basically, the fact that he mentioned it as a currency in general is good enough for a lot of people. A lot of people very happy about that, and just think that maybe it's because he's a little bit worried about Bitcoin or cryptocurrency taking over the U.S. dollar. So a lot of that kind of information that we didn't jump into today. But like I said, there's mostly because there's so much FUD going on right now. I wanted to cover what that FUD is and why people are, selling off at such high rates. And I think realistically, we are going to see a lot more institutions and companies jumping in at these price points. This 31K, 31.5K price point on Bitcoin right now is definitely a very, very low, great really opportunity for a lot of people to buy in, but a lot of people are expecting a 28 to 30K Bitcoin. And because they are expecting that, I actually think it'll get there, because a lot of people are going to be holding off on buying now because they think it's going to continue to drop. So we'll continue to keep you guys up to date with Bitcoin as well as so many other cryptocurrencies on the channel. If you guys want to stay up to date, make sure to quickly subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and like the video. I will say, guys, I'm not going to give you guys exact price predictions today, because obviously we can't know exactly how long FUD and manipulation are going to take place, as honestly, that's what's holding Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies back right now. And honestly, like I said, there's no really knowing on, what's going to happen next. It's not about TA right now. It's not about technical analysis. It's not about big updates or news. It's unfortunately just about FUD and manipulation. And I do think that's going to take place all the way until late July at the very earliest. I don't think we're going to break out, like I said, until late July. So hopefully June 12th is our bottom for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general, like we said in this great picture here. If you guys have any more questions or comments, let me know in the comment section below. I love talking about crypto. It's a lot of fun. I think we are going to have a great 5 to 10 year span. So just hang in there, hold for the long term if you can. Do remember, I'm not a financial advisor, so always do your own research. But like I said, if you don't have things that you need to, if you don't have money in crypto that you need to take out, in my opinion, holding is the best option for me personally. So thank you guys again. I'll see you all in the next one.